October 31st isn't just another day on the calendar. It's a cosmic closing date, a spiritual settling of accounts, the final day of a month that's been testing, refining, and repositioning chosen ones all over the world. And on this day, everything they tried to take from you, your peace, your position, your reputation, your resources, your confidence, it's all coming back. Not just restored, doubled. The universe is about to pay you back with interest for everything that was stolen. And the return is going to shock everyone who thought they got away with it. If you're ready to receive double for your trouble, drop a like on this video right now, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment, "I'm ready," so the algorithm knows you're claiming this restoration. Your engagement literally helps this message reach other chosen ones who need to hear this today. October 31st carries an energy that most people associate with costumes and candy, but spiritually, it's one of the most powerful reset points in the calendar year. It's the day when the veil between the seen and unseen is thinnest, when spiritual transactions that have been processing all month finally settle, when karmic accounts that have been calculating finally balance. And this year, on this specific October 31st, there's a massive restoration happening for chosen ones. Everything that was taken from you throughout this season, everything that was stolen during your wilderness period, everything that was stripped away during your testing phase, it's being returned. And it's being returned doubled. This isn't wishful thinking. This isn't manifestation talk. This is spiritual law executing itself. There's a principle in scripture and in universal law that says when something is stolen from you, when you're wronged, when you endure loss that wasn't your fault, restoration comes. And it doesn't just come equal to what was lost. It comes multiplied. The thief doesn't just return what he took. He returns it with penalty, with interest, with compensation for the time you were without it. That's not revenge. That's justice. That's the universe correcting imbalances and making whole what was broken. October 31st is when that justice completes for this season. It's the final day of the month that held your test. It's the closing bell on the chapter that tried to destroy you. It's the moment when everything shifts from taken to returned, from stolen to restored, from lost to recovered with increase. And here's why this matters. The return isn't just about getting back what you had. It's about receiving more than you had so that everyone who watched you lose something sees you gain something greater. So that the narrative of your story shifts from victim to victor. So that the testimony isn't just, "I survived," but "I thrived because of what I survived." The cosmic reset is happening. October 31st is the day it finalizes. And you're about to witness restoration that defies logic, timing that defies expectation, and multiplication that defies natural law. They took your peace. They took your confidence. They took your joy. They took your position. They took your relationships. They took your reputation. They took your resources. They took your time. They took your energy. And while they were taking, you were wondering if you'd ever get any of it back. You are. But here's what they didn't know. When the universe restores what was unjustly taken, it doesn't restore the original version. It restores the upgraded version. It returns what was taken, improved, enhanced, multiplied, and better than it was before it was stolen. Your peace isn't just coming back. It's coming back deeper, more stable, more unshakable than it was before it was disturbed. Your confidence isn't just being restored. It's being rebuilt on a foundation that can't be shaken by people's opinions or circumstances. Your joy isn't just returning, it's returning as a spring that bubbles up from within, independent of external conditions. And that's just the internal stuff. The external restoration is even more dramatic. The position they took from you, you're getting a better one. The relationship that ended, you're receiving connections that actually honor what you bring. The reputation they tried to destroy, you're about to be known for something greater than what they tried to make you known for. The resources they stole, you're about to receive from sources they don't have access to. This is how divine restoration works. It doesn't just give you back what was taken. It gives you back something better. Because the loss was part of your development. The taking was part of your training. The stripping was part of your strengthening. And now that you've been developed, trained, and strengthened through the loss, you're ready for the upgraded version of what was taken. October 31st is when the upgraded versions start manifesting, when the better opportunities start appearing, when the healthier relationships start forming, when the increased resources start flowing, when the enhanced reputation starts building. They took the original, you're getting the upgrade, and the upgrade is going to make you grateful for the taking, because what's coming is so much better than what was lost that you wouldn't trade what you're receiving for what you had. There's a principle that shows up throughout spiritual history, the double portion principle. When someone endures unjust suffering, when they walk through fire they didn't deserve, when they lose what they shouldn't have lost, they receive double in return. Job lost everything. He got back double. Israel was enslaved for generations. They left with the wealth of their oppressors. Joseph was sold into slavery and falsely imprisoned. He became second in command of the nation that imprisoned him. The pattern is consistent. Unjust loss leads to multiplied return. And that principle is activating for you on October 31st. Everything they tried to take from you is coming back doubled. Double the peace for the chaos they caused. Double the joy for the pain they inflicted. Double the resources for what they stole. Double the opportunities for what they blocked. Double the connections for the relationships they destroyed. This isn't about greed. This isn't about wanting more just to have more. This is about justice. This is about the universe compensating you for the time you were without what you should have had. This is about heaven saying, you endured what you shouldn't have had to endure, so I'm giving you what you wouldn't have had otherwise. The double portion is compensation. It's restoration with interest. It's the universe acknowledging that you lost time, energy, peace, and opportunity that can't be returned, so it's returning material and spiritual increase instead. And here's what's powerful about the double portion. It's not just for you. It's evidence for everyone watching. When people see you receive double for what was taken, they learn that there are consequences for unjust taking. They learn that the universe keeps accounts. They learn that chosen ones are protected even when they look vulnerable. Your double portion is your testimony. Your restoration is your evidence. Your multiplication is your proof that being chosen means being covered, even when you're being tested. October 31st activates the principle. The double portion releases. And everyone who thought they got away with taking from you is about to see what happens when you take from someone heaven is protecting. While we're talking about restoration, we need to address the other side of this equation. The people who took from you are about to lose what they stole, plus more. This isn't you cursing them. This isn't you seeking revenge. This is natural law executing itself. When you steal, you don't just acquire what you took. You acquire the karmic debt attached to it. You take the thing, but you also take the consequence. And that consequence compounds with interest until it's paid. The people who stole from you thought they were gaining. They thought they were getting ahead by pushing you back. They thought they were winning by making you lose. But they didn't understand that what they took from a chosen one carries a curse for the taker and a blessing for the victim. And on October 31st, that curse is coming due. Not because you activated it, but because spiritual law demands it. They're about to lose what they stole from you. And they're about to lose more than they stole, because the penalty for theft is always greater than the value of what was taken. They took your peace. They're losing theirs. They took your position. They're losing theirs. They took your reputation. Theirs is about to be exposed. They took your resources. Theirs are about to dry up. They took your joy. Theirs is about to be replaced with the exact suffering they caused you. This is how justice works. This is how the universe balances accounts. This is how divine order restores itself when human behavior creates imbalance. And you don't need to do anything to make this happen. You don't need to plot. You don't need to scheme. You don't need to expose them, or attack them, or seek their downfall. The universe handles its own accounting, and the accounts are settling on October 31st. Your job is to stay clean, to keep your hands pure, to refuse to engage in the same tactics they used against you, to let justice be justice without you trying to be the executioner. They're about to lose what they stole, plus more. That's not your doing. That's cosmic law. And cosmic law is about to teach them what happens when you take from someone heaven is restoring. One of the most interesting aspects of this restoration is that some of the people who betrayed you, who walked away, who chose sides against you, who believed lies about you, they're going to seek reconciliation. Not all of them, but some. And you need to be prepared for that. As October 31st approaches and this restoration energy builds, people are going to start seeing clearly what they couldn't see before. The fog of deception is lifting. The lies they believed are being exposed. The narrative they accepted is being revealed as false, and they're realizing they were on the wrong side. Some will reach out with apologies. Some will try to reconnect as if nothing happened. Some will send subtle signals that they want back in. And you need to have clarity before those moments arrive about how you're going to respond. Not everyone who seeks reconciliation deserves reconciliation. Not everyone who apologizes has actually changed. Not everyone who wants back in has learned the lesson that got them put out. So here's the wisdom. Reconciliation requires more than regret. It requires transformation. Someone feeling bad about what they did isn't enough. They need to have become someone who wouldn't do it again. They need to demonstrate changed behavior, not just changed feelings. When someone reaches out, you need to discern. Are they coming back because they genuinely see what they did wrong, or because they see what you're receiving and want access to it? Are they apologizing because they've grown, or because your life is improving and they want to be part of it? Some reconciliations are divine. They're part of the restoration. They're relationships that were severed in the testing season that need to be reconnected in the blessing season. Those reconciliations will feel clean. They'll feel healing. They'll feel mutual and honoring. But some reconciliation attempts are parasitic. They're people who smell the blessing on you and want to attach themselves to it. They're not interested in you. They're interested in what's coming to you. Those reconciliations will feel pressured. They'll feel manipulative. They'll feel like you're being convinced rather than honored. Know the difference. Not everyone who wants back in gets access. Not everyone who apologizes earns trust. Not everyone who seeks reconciliation is safe for relationship. Your restoration includes restored relationships, but only the ones that were genuinely meant to be in your life. The rest, they can watch your restoration from a distance. Let's talk about the practical, tangible, in your bank account aspect of this restoration. Money is moving. Financial breakthrough is hitting before the month ends. Resources that have been blocked are releasing. Sources of income you didn't expect are opening. Doors to provision you didn't even know existed are manifesting. This isn't vague spiritual talk. This is real, physical, financial shift happening as October closes. And if you've been walking in obedience, if you've been faithful during the famine, if you've been stewarding what little you had with integrity, you're about to see provision multiply in ways that defy your natural income streams. Unexpected money is showing up. Debt is being cancelled. Opportunities with financial blessing attached are appearing. People are being prompted to bless you. Resources you need are manifesting at exactly the right time. This is the double portion principle applying to your finances specifically. But here's what you need to know. When financial breakthrough comes, especially after financial struggle, there's a temptation to spend it all immediately on everything you've been doing without. And while it's wise to address legitimate needs, you also need to be strategic. This money isn't just provision for now, it's seed for next. Some of what's coming is meant to be planted, not spent. Some is meant to be saved, not immediately deployed. Some is meant to be given, not kept. How you steward the financial breakthrough that's coming before month end will determine whether it's a one-time blessing or the beginning of a sustained flow. If you treat it like a lottery win and blow it on temporary relief, it will be temporary. If you treat it like a test of stewardship and handle it with wisdom, it will multiply. The financial breakthrough is coming. Before October 31st, you're going to see evidence of it. Money moving, debt clearing, resources appearing, opportunities opening, and your response to it will determine what comes after it. Be grateful, be wise, be generous, and watch the single breakthrough become continuous flow. You've been seeing it in your spirit. You've been receiving downloads, visions, dreams, and inner knowing about something that's coming. You've been sensing in your gut that something massive is about to shift. You've been having prophetic glimpses of a future that looks nothing like your present. And you've been wondering if what you're seeing is real, or if you're just hoping so hard that you're manufacturing visions to cope with current reality. It's real. What you've been seeing in the spirit is about to manifest in the natural. The prophetic vision you've been carrying is about to cross over from invisible to visible. The future you've been glimpsing is about to become your present reality. October 31st is a manifestation day, a day when things that have been forming in the spiritual realm break through into physical reality, a day when prophetic vision becomes tangible experience, a day when what heaven showed you becomes what earth confirms. And here's why this matters. You needed the vision before the manifestation, so you'd recognize it when it arrived. You needed to see it spiritually before you experienced it naturally, so you wouldn't dismiss it, doubt it, or mishandle it when it showed up. The vision was preparation. The delay was development. The waiting was training. And now, on the final day of October, the vision and the reality are aligning. What you saw is what you're getting. What you dreamed is what you're receiving. What you heard in your spirit is what you're about to experience in your life. The prophetic vision isn't false. It's just finally ready to manifest. And when it does manifest, when the thing you saw becomes the thing you're living, you're going to understand why the timing had to be exact, why it couldn't come sooner, why the delay was necessary, why the preparation phase was essential. The vision is manifesting. October 31st is the day it breaks through, and you're about to experience the convergence of what you've been seeing spiritually and what you're about to live naturally. Finally, understand that October 31st isn't just a restoration day. It's a transition day, a closing of one chapter, an opening of another, the ending of a season and the beginning of a new one, the completion of a cycle and the initiation of the next. Everything that's being restored, everything that's returning doubled, everything that's manifesting. It's not just correction of the past, it's provision for the future. It's not just making up for what was lost, it's equipping for what's coming. Because what's coming requires more than what you had. What's ahead demands more capacity than what you carried before. What you're being called to next needs the doubled portion, the upgraded version, the multiplied resources. The restoration isn't just about justice for what happened, it's about preparation for what's next. You're not being restored to your old life. You're being equipped for your new one. You're not getting back what was taken so you can return to what was. You're receiving double so you can step into what's coming. October 31st closes the chapter of loss, testing, stripping, and struggle. November 1st opens the chapter of restoration, blessing, multiplication, and advancement. And the transition between those two chapters happens on the final day of October. So, as you approach October 31st, don't just focus on what's returning. Focus on what's beginning. Don't just celebrate the restoration. Prepare for the assignment. Don't just receive the double portion. Ready yourself for the doubled responsibility that comes with it. Because with restoration comes responsibility. With blessing comes assignment. With increase comes accountability. You're not just getting more for the sake of having more. You're getting more because more is required for what's next. The chapter is closing. The new one is opening. And October 31st is the hinge day between what was and what's about to be. October 31st is almost here, the final day that closes this testing season and opens the restoration season. The day when everything they tried to take from you returns doubled. The day when the cosmic reset finalizes. The day when justice settles accounts. You've endured enough. You've lost enough. You've waited long enough. And on the final day of October, the wait ends. The loss reverses. The endurance pays off. Everything they tried to take from you, your peace, your joy, your position, your resources, your reputation, your confidence, it's all coming back. Not just restored, doubled. Not just returned, upgraded. Not just recovered, multiplied. The thieves are losing what they stole, plus more. The relationships that betrayed you are seeing what they lost. The financial breakthrough is hitting before month end. The prophetic vision is manifesting in reality. And the chapter of struggle is closing, while the chapter of blessing opens. October 31st is your day, chosen one. The day heaven has been building toward while you've been enduring. The day justice has been calculating while you've been waiting. The day restoration has been preparing while you've been trusting. Stand ready, stay expectant, keep your hands open, keep your heart prepared, keep your spirit aligned, because what's coming on the final day of October is going to change everything. They tried to take from you. The universe is about to pay you back double. And everyone who watched you lose something is about to watch you gain something greater. October 31st, the final day that changes everything.